Welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, Dr. Lavernicus Sombrero Mountain Dew Suck It. Yes, that is my given name. Anyway, so let me tell you the story about this deck. I was watching a video by Mono Black Magic. I love Mono Black Magic. He's one of my Magic video daddies there, and I traditionally try to stay away from just repeating other people's videos, but this deck looked two things: ridiculous, just ridiculous, and super fun. And he made it seem like it was a walk in the park, like you just play it and it just kills everything and you just win. And I thought, we'll see how that plays. So I said I'm going to get it, I'm going to put it up, and we're going to put it together and we're going to play it. Now, when I imported it, the problem is that I did not have enough wild cards. So I had to swap out one of my Invoke Despairs because he just did four of everything. But I put in a Tergrid instead, right? So we'll see how that pans out. Secondly, it was just nothing but snow-colored swamps, right? I put in four of the Hive of the Eye Tyrants. We need some man lands in here. This thing is terribly light on creatures, and especially if you're going to be sweeping with like Blood on the Snow or something, those man lands do a great job of sticking in as lands until you need them, at which point they're the only thing left over and they're able to win that game for you. So let's take a look at what else we've got here. We've got Feed the Storm, which looks like it's actually an old card that nobody plays. It says destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. So, you're black. You're willing to take some life loss to do some killing. So this should probably be okay. You just got to be careful about how big of a bite you're willing to swallow there. But I'm surprised we haven't seen it. I bet you because it says it takes out enchantments. I mean, this gives black the ability to perform way better in today's Kamigawa enchantment-heavy environment. So we'll probably be seeing Feed the Swarm a lot more. Meathook Massacre, that's a sweeper. And plus, it'll also get you back some life as you were killing things. Because this deck's killing stuff. And whenever an opponent's creature dies, you gain a life. This is what's going to keep you alive, this Meathook Massacre, I'm sure of it. Inscription of Ruin, it's got some great stuff going on there. It says you can return creature cards from a mana of 2 or less. I don't think we have anything like that, so that's not happening. But discard 2 cards, opponent will. That's good. And destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less. That's good. So there we go. That's awesome. Soul Shatter. That thing takes out planeswalkers. It's so good. And so it takes out, sacrifice a creature or planes with the highest mana value amongst creatures and planeswalkers you control. The only thing that's bad about that is like a 10/10 tree, right? By 7 and Ren 7 is a 0 for mana cost. So therefore, you're going to be picking off like a 1/1 dude faster than you pick off that. But, this thing takes out planeswalkers, and that's what's great about it. Here's a new one, the Long Reach of Night. Opponent sacrifices a creature unless they discard a card. So we got some hand hate as well as potentially then they could choose, whether they sacrifice a creature or they discard. And that happens 2 turns in a row. And then when it's done, you got a creature with menace who's got a big old butt on her. Look at that. See, it's a 4. And when she attacks, she gets +X+O. She equals the number of creature cards in their graveyard. And you're just throwing them in there. That's what you're doing. So I bet she is going to be a beastly monster. Hagra Mauling. It's a good card. It's okay. It costs 4. And then the deal is it's also potentially a land. So I like that. We got 24 lands, which is a lot. But in case we're still desperate, there's an extra 4 floating around there. Otherwise, you're paying 4 to kill something. And I'm willing to do that. That's a good compromise. So we already looked at Tergrid. We'll look at her again. The deal is that you got either Tergrid's Lantern, which constantly causes that, they have to lose 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. So you're getting them to sacrifice something, or they have to discard a card, or they take 3 life. It's their choice, but all of those are good things for us. All of those are good. And you can untap it to do it again. And if you're not going to do that, which I personally think might be the better choice, we're down to whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-permanent target or discards a permanent card, you can put it from that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So with all of the sacrificing you're forcing people to do with this step over here, what are we looking at? Sacrifice, yeah, right here, right here. Even with Professor Onyx there, that means that if she is out, you will get that card. It'll be yours to play with. So really, both of these are so good. These are so good in this deck. Invoke Despair. I mean, oh, look at this thing. It's 5. It's all black, but guess what we're playing? All black. You know, I sure we got that one gray, but whatever. We got target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life. So they have to sacrifice a creature. The other part only happens if they don't have a creature. But if they don't, they lose 2 life, and you draw a card. And you do the same thing if they have an enchantment and if they have a planeswalker. So that means that for 5 mana, you're probably taking out a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. That is such a good card. Blood on the Snow, which is, you know, it's really great. I mean, sure, it's 6. It wipes out all creatures or all planeswalkers. You can one or the other. And that's great. You can use it to wipe out planeswalkers because those things can get nasty. But then you return something out of your graveyard, which is going to be 6 or less, where X is the amount of snowlands. Everything's a snowland, of course, except for the hive of the Eye Tyrants. But that's probably going to be fine. You'll probably be able to get a 5 or 4. This thing's a 6, so hopefully you got enough men out there that'll work out. And you'll be able to take, you know, like Professor Onyx, bring it back. Because if you're not bringing her back, who else are you bringing at this point? Nobody. That's the only thing that card's going to bring back at this point. Tergrid, maybe? Yeah, maybe. I think Tergrid might be able to come back. It's hard to say. I think she counts as one or the other. Okay, so then Professor Onyx, in case you are not familiar with her, that the big thing is that for -3, your opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power amongst creatures that player controls. That you put her out, you kill something big. That's usually the best thing that she does. Then after that, it's all like you lose 1 life, you get to take a look at the top 3 cards and put one of them in your hand, the rest into the graveyard. So she's helping you fish out the stuff that's awesome. If you can make it to her ultimate with that -8, then usually they just die because they have to discard a card, and if for everyone they don't, they lose 3 life. They got to do that 6 times, so that's potentially 18 life that they could lose out of that deal. So mostly, if you make it to the -8, people are dying. That's all there is to it. The other thing is that she's got Magecraft, so whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, such as like half the cards you have on here otherwise, then your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So that's some more of your life coming back from her. So yeah, between that, Blood on the Snow, you should be able to shimmy things around. So let's get back to the manlands. We have 4 of them, and this one will rip things out of the graveyard. Now you kind of want to leave those creatures in there because that's what's going to help out the long reach of night. But yeah, take out the other stuff, the things unless they're getting really crazy and the guy's playing recursion. But yeah, Hive Eye Tyrant is a great card here, and it probably will win a game or 2 for you at some point. And we got 20 snow-covered swamps. So this frosty little jerk, I mean, it has no reason to be a super winner, but the stuff I saw looked like it has a lot of potential. Let's see how well this deck does. All right, we're going against Arystar. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. All right, 3 mana and a bunch of removal. Let's see what we can do here. So Feed the Storm will be able to take out stuff early. This is 3 at this point. And I thought that was 4. That's amazing. This is 3. Blood on the Snow, Meathook Massacre. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Mono black. All right, so it's 2. We got 4 mana, which means we could take out anything eventually that'll be up to 2 for toughness. Got the other two cards will take out everything. We just got to get enough mana to play the last of them. Let's go ahead and take out their hand. Hand hate. What are we playing with here? Vampires. No creatures for you. Of course, I'd like to get, something. It'd be great. Have a little bit of a ticking time bomb. Its deck kind of needs is that enchantment that, does 1 point of damage, you gain 1 life. That would be really nice. So this is pretty cool because he gets to choose whether he wants to discard a card or not. But then on the next turn, it's the same choice. So he's either got to discard 2 cards or he's got to give up on the creature. And the fun part is I'm just coming into more creature kill in the near future. I could already kill him. We'll see what else he can put out. And more than likely I'll get at least 1 more mana sometime soon. I'm trying to get up to 6, that way we can blow it on the snow. Just don't have any planeswalkers or anything good in there to pull out. This one will pull a creature for us though. How many guys have got in there right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be a big creature. Oh, he gave it up. I guess there's nothing for us to do. We got a sorcery. Yeah, everything's slow. So we got to make it through his next turn, but he doesn't seem to be playing haste. Alright, there's a guy that needs to die. Of course, I'll take 5 points for that. What's he got here? 4. This is mana value 3 or less. I got a dude. Meathook's not going to do it. I'll have to take 5 points of damage to take him out. Let's do that. Okay, so if we really need to, what can this do for me? Discard 2 cards. That sounds like fun. I don't really have any creatures, so that's not happening. Destroy target creature mana value 3 or less. This is going for my face. But this guy's a 7 now, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, here we go. We'll lessen that hand down. We'll thin him out. What you're gonna do, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Throw away 2 of your cards, my friend. There we go. You're gonna kill my guy, aren't you? That's what you're gonna do. Yeah, there you go. Alright. 20 down. Yeah, I'm thinking we might need some like man lands in this mix. Whatever. I could use some more mana though. I can't play that. Alright, let's pop something. What are we gonna pop here? Meathook. There's our mana. Alright, we're good. So we're up to 5. We still need 1 more to be able to do anything. There's 6. Alright. The worst part is a user plus ability, I'm going to be losing a life each turn. That's not cool. That's a lot of cards there. Good for you, my friend. Oh, let's see. I don't really want to lose any more life at this point. Let's just bring back Professor Onyx. And I guess I will lose a life just so I can draw a card. And we win. Yeah, yucpe. Yucpe. Whatever. This looks fine against yucpe. Keep. Taking 3 points of damage for that one. Alright, we're going to get up to 5, which should do a pretty decent job against these little boys. Nice. Okay, so we'll have 3 on the next turn. I can... Yeah, please. There you go. I'll be able to take all of those guys out. Ooh, not that guy now. That's what we got to do. With a Luminarch out there, we just be racing behind it the entire time. 6 for the Onyx. Nice. Who are we taking out here then? Alright, that's good. So we'll be able to take out Professor Onyx next turn, the Usher of the Fallen. I'm surprised he didn't pop for his extra. Alright, there we go. I like this Long Reach of Night. That's actually a pretty sweet card. Yeah, no, Onyx is definitely going to have to get in there. I can take a couple more hits here. Yeah. Getting really shy on that at the moment. Well, Tergrid would be able to hold down the fort, wouldn't she? So what's nice is Onyx will make him sacrifice and Tergrid could pick it up. And that's exactly what we didn't need. Dang it. Yeah, we're getting slight. I think I'm dead on this next turn. Not much I could do about it. Okay, that's what we can do about it. Alright, here comes Onyx. Sacrifice your greatest power. And I don't care. I'll use that to kill my next turn. Next and next. Yeah, what else? I mean, I don't really care. There you go. Suck it, sucker fish. Alright, so I got a couple things I can do here. It's a lot to play. Oh, I need to pay extra for that, huh? Alright, let's pop. Not enough for that, so I'll just let that one go. Excellent. Okay, next, no attacks, and we're done. Big Butt here will hold us down. Whatever, have a good time. So I've got 6 mana. Don't need that. That's it for the portable hole. I just need... I wish I had a little bit more mana, but you always want more mana. No attacks. Everything's fine. Alright, so I've got 7 mana, and I have 7 things to do. 6. This will. I can play this. Kill one thing. Does it give me more utility? Is the question. No attacks. I mean, I can throw down 7. I'm just so light, I really don't want to be taking any damage here. Yeah, I guess he was getting killed. Alright, what else I got left there? Not enough to play that yet, and that's fine. We'll go ahead and pull this up. And, God, what do we want to do? Another one of these? Will she really help us out? Let's just go with that. He's got that dragon open and clear. That's not cool. Problem is I can't do anything about the Soul Shatter because of Jerk Bow. Nicely done though, fella. Alright, so I got 3. I can pop something. Nice. Okay, I kind of need to save the Soul Shatter, which is going to cost me 4, which leaves me with the ability to only do 2. That's what cost me some life, which would be bad. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's just go in for the attack. Oh good, I gained my life back. In my turn, I still got 4 to play the Soul Shatter in case he comes out with the dragon. There we go. No, 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 no. Yes. And we win. Yes! I know, you can't see my arms in the air. Victory! Alright, playing against RiscaTaker. RiscaTaker. Okay, I got 3 mana, sorta. Soul Shatter. Yeah, we're looking good. Remind me this time to put a Hagra Mauling first. That's what we'll do. We got 2 of the Soul Shatters. That'll be our early game creature kill. I hate killing the gas. It just helps them out. Oh, and a stupid bat. Alright. So 5 for the Invoke Despair. I'm gonna take some hits here. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go for it here. We'll kill. Let's give him that one, because that's not going to do anything other than give him some treasure. Yes! God, that is so good. Invoke Despair. They gotta do it. They gotta sacrifice their thing. It gets rid of 3 things. That is so nuts. Alright, so they're going to go after Professor Onyx. Eventually I'd be able to blood on the snow, bring her back. Question is how we're going to play Tergrid at this point. Lantern is always so good. Take your 3. So I'm thinking blood on the snow pretty quickly. Hopefully it puts a creature out. There, you're looking at my man land. Of course you are. I think I'll pick a swamp. That sounds like a good idea. All right, there's a twitch. We'll be able to knock out 3 things on this next turn. That's not bad. All creatures, pay with the mana. Oh, I'm not playing with snow. What? How does that even work? Am I playing with snow? Oh, I am playing with snow. Okay, good. This will be nice. I'll be able to wipe out everything he casts on this next turn. I'll save the mauling to actually maul something. So if he puts out the mascot exhibition, yeah, I'll be able to wipe them all out with the Meathook. Ooh, good for him. Ooh, he didn't go for it. I'm getting terribly low on life, though, at this moment. Guy's got a handful of cards. Not much I could do about it. Man, land! Was he just not have enough to be able to play? That's probably what it is. I always looks like he's got a lot more mana than I think. There we go. See, Professor Onyx is just going to be a target, which is probably fine, but what do I really want to do here? Maybe go after his hand a little bit? Can I kick it? Let's just cancel out of this. I got 6, 7, 8, and I need 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it. Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. And we're going to do both of these things. Kill, 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 kill. See, if I had the Massacre out, I would definitely start gaining some life again. I want to take out the Mascot Exhibition with it. He's got the mana for it now. I bet she's going to play it. Go for it. Oh, wrong one. Oh, that is not good. I guess I'll have to kill that now. In a bad way. Let's do this. Dead. And I lose 2 life. Wow. No, I definitely need to keep. The Meathook. And we're done. I guess I could have got after him with the Eye Tyrant. Come on, play it. There we go. Oh no. I am so very scared. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me that sweet life. It's only 3, but still, it's something. That's not good. Soren Bajoran. Oh no! You should give up the ghost, buddy. What am I gonna do about that? I can't kill him. I can't kill him. I should just kill him. There we go. Alright, well that was a fun way to die. That was a fun way to die. Okay, so this is removal, which is pretty much nothing but removal cards. And, you know, for being just as plain and simple as that, this is way better than loads of the decks I've been seeing lately. It was super fun. I mean, if I was them, I would be super disappointed that the other guy would never let me play a creature, and you'd be just fighting to keep things on the board. And obviously, you could still fight around it. It worked out fine. There's a lot of stuff going on, but, you know, this stuff was good. Here's the deal. So Feeding the Swarm, it was cheap. Destroy target creature or enchantment. You just have to pay life to it. That pay life was, I mean, you saw me going up against, how was his name? Troxel. Toxrill with that, taking that -7 for putting him out. God, I think it's like, would the next Snapper actually be a better card here? And I believe the answer is probably. I mean, right now we are going up against a bunch of enchantments. This card is probably better as far as if you're worried about enchantments being out there. But usually those enchantments are creatures. So if this is our only enchantment kill, then maybe we should keep it out there. When all the games we were playing tonight, I really wasn't worried about enchantments. And this card usually cost me more life than I needed. Meathook was fantastic tonight. It did everything I needed and was the thing that gave me the life time after time. Because once this is out, all these other cards started giving me life back. And that was fantastic. Soul Shatter did great. Inscription of Ruin. This card is so good because it's a Swiss Army knife and you had so much functionality with it. And for the first time in my life, I think I ever got to play like kicked and got to do 2 things at the same time. That was so exciting. Long Reach of the Night, just between the art and what this card does for this deck, it was beautiful. I love the fact that it's just a 0/4 defender, but when it comes to attacking, it is a beast. And they have to sacrifice creatures or they discard a card. Stuff is flying into the graveyard. This card is made for this deck. Hagra Mauling, it was fine. I appreciate the fact that it provides 4 extra mana. When you really need it, you can use it for mana. Other than that, it was just creature discard. Invoke Despair, wonderful. Wonderful. I love this card. Now the deal is that Tergrid is in this deck only because I only had 3 of these, and I didn't have any more rare wild cards, so I put a Tergrid in instead. But you want to know something? Tergrid was great in this deck. Tergrid was great. Let me repeat that. Great in this deck. So I think this actually really worked well. I mean, if anything, you might want to remove maybe something else and put a Tergrid in here, but I mean, this was fine. That was a fine mix. Blood on the Snow brings back Professor Onyx, allows you to combo back and forth. This stuff worked well. If anything, Professor Onyx was a little on the lame side. I mean, sure, she kills something, and then you get yourself some life. I guess that you're doing the whole 2 life, lost 2 life back if you start playing your enchantments if she's out, or not enchantments, but instants and sorceries while she's out. So, that could work well. I don't think we ever had that situation. Usually by the time that she came out, I was a little light on everything else. Eye Tyrant. I put the Eye Tyrant in there. I think it was totally necessary, and I think it was fantastic. It was definitely a threat. People were scared of it, and it didn't cost us anything. We can afford to lose, an extra mana turn for whatever this is, and if we get them early enough, it would cost us anything to put out. So this is definitely something that should be in here. It's those extra creatures that this deck needed. So I gotta hand it to Mono Black Magic. This was a fantastic deck. It's not super competitive, but it was so fun to play. Maybe it's because I love black. I love what black does, and this was such a good deck. So on my personal fun list, I'm giving this one an A+. A+osaurus. On the on the competitive side, I'm going to give this one a A-. I think it still does really well. I mean, it's probably getting, I'd say, at least a 50% win ratio. I think it's going to do fairly well. I mean, just think about, going up against like Gruul or anything with like mono green. You're just going to wipe them out. Anything that's really creature based, I mean, you have a really good chance at a lot of those, even fast ones too. I would just be more worried if you're going against the super control-y Orzhov decks that don't even field creatures. Because at that point, what are you going to do? You're going to, put out a couple of creatures, they'll get killed and nothing will go anywhere, and eventually you'll get picked to death. So yeah, that's my problem. This deck but it is fun, and what you're going to see mostly in the meta, this deck is going to play well against. So I hope you guys have a good time with this deck as I did. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to you and all your kin. I would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back tomorrow to this locality to have a heaping helping of my hospitality. You should, sit a spell and take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. You hear?